this is the worst advice ever. He's saying that unless you're in the top 20%, that you should not approach women, you should stay away from women. What the fuck? Like, what the fuck? What's up, guys? In this video, we're going to be reacting to some absolutely atrocious dating advice from Rollo Tomassi. And this was when he was on the Fresh and Fit podcast. They were talking about why guys don't approach women anymore. And of course, there are obvious reasons because a lot of guys, are too distracted with online dating, Tinder. A lot of guys don't have balls. A lot of people don't have social skills in general nowadays due to technology and whatnot. But Rollo had some of his own theories. So let's listen to what he has to say and then analyze and see whether there's any truth to it.
And ladies, if you're watching this, appreciate the fact that that's the risk that guys take when they're trying to get with you. When a guy wants to, like, oh, how come guys don't approach? Oh, what? Oh, I feel like what, John Travolta, in Pulp Fiction. It's like, yeah, because women don't.
Yeah, you definitely don't need to be John Travolta in Pulp Fiction to approach a girl. The argument he's making is there's a risk to guys approaching girls because women are going to file, false sexual harassment complaints. And this is just pure, utter nonsense. Approaching a girl, unless you're being a retard and like running around, like whipping your dick out and grabbing girls' asses and just like actually sexually harassing women, if you're just going up to girls and being like, somewhat normal human being, like, hey, how's it going? You're hot. Even if you're going up to girls and saying, hey, you're really hot, can I get your number? Like even something that's uncollaborated as that, there's way less risk in doing that than actually driving a car. Like driving a car is way more dangerous. So what would you do? You'd say, okay, well, because there's some drunk drivers on the road that you should never drive again. No, you just drive safely, but you still drive. So yeah, this argument is just wrong.
Don't understand. Like you say, oh, men need to man up. They're pussies. They won't approach. Well, I understand why a lot of guys, particularly the MGTOW black pill doomers, are always like, oh,
no, men really do need to man up. Like women constantly complain that men are giant pussies, and there's a lot of pussies. And if you're a pussy, not only will you not get girls, but you'll have other people walk over you. You will not be successful in life. So you do need to man up, and you do need to conquer your fears.
I'll get false accusations or whatever if I go in. They don't want to take that chance. There's a reason why they don't, because what happens, and this is just me spitballing here, is that I think that one of the ways that women weed out the beta males from the high value alpha male guys is that those are the guys that they want to have sex with. Those are the guys that they want. And any guy that tries to approach them that isn't up to their measure, up to that, is the 80%er guys, they should know well enough to stay away from women until they.
This is the worst advice ever. He's saying that unless you're in the top 20%, that you should not approach women, you should stay away from women. What the fuck? Like, what the fuck? Like, this is not only is this wrong, this is actually going to be detrimental to all his fans. No, you do not need to be in the top 20% to approach women. You can be in the bottom 10% and approach women, okay? There's no risk in it, everything, I guess, in life has some theoretical risk to it, but the risk when approaching women, again, unless you're being an extreme weirdo and, like, actually, like, grabbing them and sexually harassing them is borderline zero, right? So this argument is so bad. Like, you do not need to be in the top 20%. And all he's doing is he's basically, all the guys who are nervous and worried about all the Me Too stuff, he's basically just perpetuating it. And he's saying to them, oh, you don't have to man up. You don't have to conquer your fears. You can just stay at home, sit around and watch my videos and be lazy and do nothing. Your fears are justified. It would be the same as, like, you have a kid, right? And he's like 21 and his mom is like, yeah, you should move out of my house and start your own life. And he's like, I'm worried, mommy. I don't want to, right? A good, coach would be like, listen, like, you have an irrational fear of, and it's because, it's understandable because you've been living with your mom all this time, but you do have an irrational fear. And if you're going to be successful in life, you need to get over this fear you have of, living in your mommy's basement. It's the same thing here. Like, yeah, it's understandable why men are worried about approaching women, right? We kind of evolved to have that way, but we need to get over this fear in order to be successful in life. So you should not be enabling guys and telling them, no, it's okay to be nervous, to sit around. No, you should be telling them, hey, listen, it's a fear and you need to get over that fear.
They at least come up, into that 20 percentile where they want, until they level up to the point right now where guys are fearful of going to jail or getting false rape accusations or even just harassment or suspicion of that as a result. So that's why guys develop a scarcity mentality. They think, well, it'll never.
No, the reason guys develop a scarcity mentality is because they have no women in their life, and part of the reason they have no women in their life is, if they're your fans, is because they listen to this shit and they think they should not approach women unless they're in the top 20%. Furthermore, what you're saying is actually not true, because if you are in that top 1%, you're actually more likely to get false rape accusations because you have more to lose. So girls see like, oh, you're actually a celebrity or someone like that, you're in the top 1%er, you're more likely to get shit, versus if you're a guy that's just random and broke, right? There's not much they can come after you for. So yeah, first of all, the argument doesn't even logically make sense at all. If anything, you have more to be worried about if you're a 1%er. If anything, you should be saying that you should not approach girls if you're, that higher up guy. But yeah, so this is just really bad dating advice, and something that I see commonly propagated in the red pill community. They say, oh, you should just focus on leveling up, and then the woman stuff takes care of itself. No, it doesn't. Women don't have an app that goes, oh, this guy leveled up. Okay, time to go over and suck Johnny's dick. He just hit level 80 as a man today. No, I know plenty of rich, successful guys who have no game and no success with women because they have no game. So again, you don't need to wait until you're in the top 20%. Yes, you should work on yourself and try to get in the top 20%. But while you're doing that, you can still approach girls and nothing bad is going to happen, unlike fucking Rollo fuckface says. All right, hopefully you guys found this breakdown valuable. So in summary, don't listen to this dog shit advice. You don't need to be John Travolta in Pulp Fiction to approach a cute girl. The world is a somewhat dangerous place. It's all a matter of relative risk, and the relative risk of approaching a cute girl is way less than that of driving a car or doing anything even in that realm. However, there's a very high risk that if you don't approach that girl, that you're going to regret it, and that you're going to be jerking off to YouPorn instead of hooking up with a hot girl. So you want to grab life by the balls and actually do shit instead of hiding behind your computer screen and listening to dog shit horrible advice from Rollo fucking Tomassi. Thank you guys for watching. Show us some love by smashing the like button, hitting subscribe, and clicking the bell for notification. Once we hit 75,000 subscribers, I'm going to release an infield compilation of me getting rejected over and over again, so you guys can see that really it's no big deal. Thank you guys again, and until next time.